Well, the recent trip that we just took was with U.S. Commercial Services to Warsaw, Poland, and to Budapest, Hungary. We spent about 8 days in country, and U.S. Commercial Services had a series of meetings that were structured meetings for us to meet with flooring contractors and architects, mainly installers of flooring, to see if we would be a good pair in those two markets. Centiva's interest in Warsaw, Poland, and Budapest, Hungary was really on a trade mission expansion trip to see if we could grow any market segments there. Really, through those two countries, it seemed like a lot more growth development is possible. And so it's kind of interesting because it broadens your view of our global economy, I guess. That's probably the best thing that I can take out of this trip. And you kind of see the impact of what happens in one country versus what happens in another. Hungarian people seem to be very, very resilient. Same thing with the Polish people. They want to see things that nobody else can see, and they're like, oh, we can market this, we can find a buyer. As far as wanting to work with you, they want to find products that are innovative, that nobody's seen before. So we're going to see, what can you do for me? What kind of trade barriers do we have? How can we overcome those? I mean, it's just so amazing the history in these countries, because we don't have history that goes back as far as a lot of these countries, especially in Hungary. Or in Hungary, in Budapest, I mean, they have bathhouses that have been there for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years. You walk into I believe it's the Royal Palace in Budapest, and you look up at the ceilings and you'll see all these mosaics on the ceilings that are done by hand. I mean, you can tell that it's an artist doing what they do best, only they're recreated over and over. And they stagger them, and it's amazing. When you talk to people in Hungary, they bring up events that happened 200 years ago and make them current to today. They talk about the Treaty of Versailles and how it affects their trade barriers today. Well, looking at the mosaics, I mean, I was thinking of the mosaics in the palace in Budapest. I was thinking of our custom cutting department and how we could possibly recreate some of these beautiful mosaics. It'd be interesting to see something like that recreated and put back on a ceiling with our tile.